Hello, I'm Lloyd Pearson, and I'm the bartender of truth, and I want to deal with black on black hate. Right? I'm not even gonna do the intro. We're just gonna get right into this because I'm tired of the black on black hate. People worry about black on black crime, and that's part of it. But let's talk about the black on black hate. The fact that we have a problem with each other to the point where we don't want to, like every single time there's something or a proposal to black people, it's other black people that got an issue with it. Like when we had like the Candace Owens having an issue and going around tearing down uh, George Floyd in front of people. Like and then we also have the situation where black people don't want black people to get reparations because they're worried about what black people are going to do with the money. Oh, they don't know what to do with the money. How is black people going to know what to do with the money if they don't have money? How you going to know how to manage money without having money? You can learn in theory, but the experience of what to do with the money is something different. Like we got to stop getting each other's way. People talk about black on black crime. So I got one of my excuse me, one of my fellow panel members, they were speaking on, which one would you do first? Would you take care of police brutality or would you take care of gang violence, right? And police brutality and gang violence are two different things, two different ends of the spectrum. For one thing, gang violence, it has a lot to do with a condition of poverty, right? Condition of poverty, which could easily be solved by economic empowerment. And the reason why I was explaining to someone earlier was, this is how you know that it's economic, because when you deal with, let's say, people who have made it, we're talking about like the people who came from the slums, came from the hood, and they ended up making a fortune. And then what you see is their kids, right? Their kids don't have none of the same destructive behaviors because they grew up in a more uh, privileged situation. They didn't have to worry about how they were going to eat. They didn't have parents that was worrying about how they were going to eat. So they grew up in a situation where they were better educated, was able to go to better schools, had more opportunities because they were in a more privileged situation. We have to get rid of we have to get rid of the poverty. We have to address the poverty. We have to address the economics. We have to create opportunities amongst ourselves. We got to have money. We can solve gang violence if we improve the condition of our people. We improve the poverty. You're not going to solve gang violence by, we're just going to get rid of. How are you going to do that? Oh, if more people start telling each other, the police don't even tell each other. Why do we have a higher standard for people who are not enforcing the law versus people who are enforcing the law? How come you can enforce the law, break it, get all these excuses when it's your job to enforce the law that you're supposedly that you're actually breaking? How can you break the law and enforce it? Why is that okay? Why is this being justified? Why do they get excuses? Why do they get a pass and the people that they kill get all the scrutiny in the world? Like, this is crazy. We have to deal with this, like and another thing, we gotta have more compassion for each other. Look, I get it's a lot of problems amongst us. There are, but there's problems amongst every group of people, and we gotta start looking at everything like, oh, black people are the only ones who, we don't never stick together. We don't, we don't fail to stick together any more than other group of people. We just have less to stick together with. When we come together with crumbs, because that's what we have. There are other groups of people that have significantly more resources, so when they come together, it's more strongly felt, but they don't do it more. They don't do it more. And there's also been plenty of cases of black people coming together and being destroyed by white people. So let's not act like the problem is that we don't stick together. The problem is that we don't come together. We do. We do come together. It's just that a lot of times we don't have enough pieces to come together with, and it's hard to sustain when you come together, bring your stuff, and you're getting anything off of it because we don't have a whole lot. So we have to improve that. Economics is how you improve that. We also should be getting some money. We should get reparations. You know why we should get reparations? Because you gotta look at, it's not about whether or not we endured slavery ourselves. It's about, had our forefathers been adequately compensated, our lives could have been different. We would have had a different starting point. We could have started from a middle class situation than from a stead poverty situation. You know how much further ahead a lot of us could be? A lot of us have magically come from the lowest of the low and made it to great places. And but the thing about it, those are the exceptions. Those are not the rule. We keep looking at these success stories and we're acting like, oh, that could be. Those are the exceptions. If something is affecting a large number of people, these are not excuses anymore. Quit dismissing our problems as being excuses. And let's actually deal with these issues. Let's actually come up with solutions to these problems. Talk about some excuses. We come up with excuses not to address our problems is what the excuses are. We want to dismiss everything. Oh, what about such and such? There are people who have overcome every issue. This is true. But if those people are the small percentage of people, guess what? These are real issues that have to be addressed. Like, if you're going to be for our people, be for our people. And if you're not for our people, why aren't you? Quit finding any excuse not to be against your own people. Like those of us that want to ridicule us in front of white people, or ridicule us, for the entertainment of white people or to appease white people. No, that's not acceptable. And I'm not saying we should hate those people. Listen. Sometimes we gotta learn how to have compassion for our lost ones too. We gotta have compassion for our lost ones too, because they lost. They don't know. They don't know that the people that they're trying to appease, that they're trying to be like, is going to turn on them. They don't know that. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen, but they don't know that. And sometimes you got to find out the hard way. And no, we gotta do a better job. We gotta do a better job of being support one another. We gotta do a better job of understanding each other, understanding what our problem is. A lot of our problems as a people can be fixed economically, but not immediately. It's over a period of time. If our children don't have to start from the slums, guess what that'll do? They could be the generation where things change. But we're in a situation. A lot of us who are poor, we're in a situation we gotta worry about the day-to-day stuff. We gotta worry about how we gonna eat. We doing all these things, and those are contributing to problems. When we were in desperate situations, that's how you produce a lot of the trauma that's what's going on. And so, if we improve the poverty, we will improve the condition of our people overall. A lot of people don't just end up going the wrong way just cause. This is not situations of happenstance. These are situations. A lot of times, people are being products of their environment. Not saying that's an excuse, but if we improve the environment, we'll improve the outcome. We'll improve the product of the environment as well. Then we have a lot more success stories. We'll have a lot more people that are pillars in the community. But shoot, people are too busy trying to focus on their own problems to really deal with the bigger picture. Even though those of us that are activists and are trying to, dedicate ourselves, we be struggling to make ends meet. We be having to deal with real life problems just to keep fighting for ourselves, keep fighting for us. Whenever somebody does something against black people, they get GoFundMe's that raise at least 6 digits just to defend themselves and all that. Meanwhile, we go to church, give money to church, want to pray. Meanwhile, the people that do things against us, they damn near become rich for killing us. Crazy. They might lose their job temporarily, but they got case in point, I was mentioned on a live yesterday that Tamir Rice, the killer of Tamir Rice, guess what? He's working in another police department in Ohio. So him killing a 12-year-old boy didn't even stop him from being a police officer anymore. He's still a police officer. just in a different department. And what was funny, when they hired him, these were their words: he deserves a second chance. Oh, really? Did you see the video? He did a drive-by shooting on a 12-year-old. A literal drive-by shooting. Like, if you ever seen the video, it took 2 seconds between the time you seen any portion of the police car and the little boy ended up dead. He gave that boy no opportunity to live. He didn't get no second chance. He didn't even get 2 seconds. Because you don't pull up on somebody with a gun. You don't pull right up on somebody with a gun. You just don't do that. Anybody with any type of sense will know you don't pull up, and they're supposed to be trained. Trained people. But we never give the benefit of the doubt. We don't even give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. And we got to stop that. Stop being in our own way. Stop having a problem with us getting stuff. Reason why we don't know how to manage money, because we ain't had no money to manage. How you fix that? We got to have money. Oh, they'll just blow it. Because the reason why they'll just blow it, because they never had no fucking money. And guess what? You ain't going to learn how to manage money by not having no fucking money. Listen, we got to give ourselves a benefit of the doubt. We got to give ourselves a chance. The way we learn how to manage money is by getting money, having money. You know, it's that simple. And then you start, when you ain't got to worry about losing all of your money, when everything ain't against the wall, you'll start to have, you start to learn what to do with money, how money works, how to utilize your money to make more money. Yeah, some of us are hustlers, but the hustlers, are a small percentage. You're a small percentage. We gotta learn how to put stuff away for our grandkids. It's not, and the key is not always life insurance. See, here's the issue: we get so conditioned to do everything by giving our money to these financial institutions. These financial institutions don't give a fuck about you. They are taking your money. I mean, we're being robbed in all these ways: insurance companies, bank accounts, stock market, all that. Because you got to understand, the way the stock market works is this: in order for you to win, in order for you to gain in stock, somebody is losing. Every time you make money in stock, somebody else lost. That's how it works. These financial institutions are not the way. The first thing they tell you about investing is, oh, we think stock market. Oh, we gotta learn how to do these stocks. We gotta learn how to do this forex. No, this shit gambling. Anytime you buying something with hoping that it goes up, you're gambling. You have no control over whether that's how that stock performs. Absolutely zero, zero, zero influence on how that stock performs. Same thing with forex. You're just hoping it goes up, hoping it goes down. Think you're recognizing the pattern. You might as well just play the lottery. Like, if you really want to invest in something that you got direct control of, a business, even real estate. As long as you ain't buying it, hoping the property value go up, but put your money in the stuff that you have control of. Stop surrendering our money, telling them, oh, go buy a stock, bonds, and all these things that, let's say the financial system fail. How are you gonna get your money? Especially even more yet, if the dollar fails, what is your money gonna be worth? Nothing. What are you gonna be able to produce with it? Nothing. Quit putting ourselves in a position to fail, in the sense that we're following these trends. The thing about it, when everybody is able to do something, when everybody's doing something, that's the time to get out of it. Everybody got access to the stock market now. Everybody does. There's a reason. They're looking for new people to take their fucking money. Because the way everybody else make money is by taking yours. There's a book called "Who Took My Money?" or "Who Took My Cheese?" something like that. But people are they're taking your money. They want you to invest in stock so they can take your money. That's why they got all these tools available, all these apps, all these ways to take your money. because the people who was taking other people's money, they ran out of people's money to take, so they're recruiting people to take your money. And so that, yeah, they're gonna talk great about stocks because they want to take your money. Take the little money you have, they want to take it. So they're recruiting people by the thousands and millions to invest their money in the stock market. They got the stock market, so like it's the thing to do, it's the move. All you gotta do is learn. They're gonna take your money. That's what they want to do. Take your money. Because the only way they make money, in the stock market is somebody else has to lose. And guess who's going to be the loser more likely? Because you have no experience, you don't know how it works. You're trying to learn, following all these. They're going to take your money. They're going to teach you how to get your money taken. That's how it works. So, if we learn to do our own thing, we learn to work amongst each other, and also not prey on each other, but really work together to build a strong economic community. You know, that's what we should focus on, investing in ourselves, not investing in all these white companies. Let's invest in black companies. We'll not be in the stock market. We can invest directly in each other. You ain't gotta worry about no S Security and Exchange Commission. You ain't gotta worry about no SEC. Quit letting white people make all the rules for us. When it comes to us, we can make our own rules. We do our own thing. We gotta quit looking to white people. They don't give a fuck about us. Like at no point have they ever. Like everything from the time we get off the slave ship, right? They haven't gave a fuck about us. And people are like, oh, everything's black and white. Things have been black and white the entire time. Things have been black and white the entire time that we've been here. What's going on, Johnny Fry? I don't know who you are, but what's up? Clarissa said generational wealth. Yeah, I mean, we got to build generational wealth, and that's how it works. Is like if you notice the people, like I said, the successful people, like all of the celebrities that end up making money, they make it. Their kids end up living a privileged life. It's not like they resort back to being dogs and gangsters and all this other stuff. And so there is a way to solve the problem. It just won't be solved immediately in this generation. Oh yeah, we definitely should have our own nation for sure. And the way we do that is we got to stop investing in this one. That's part of the thing with the financial institutions. Stop putting your money where they can regulate it. Like I said, all they want to do is take your money. We should definitely have our own nation. Forget that political party shit. Only way we should have our own political parties is in our own nation where we have our own political parties. Trying to have our own political party in a country that don't give a fuck about you. Because it's not like your political party gonna have any influence. Excuse me, we are 13% of the population. 13%. That means even if all 100% of the 13% show up, guess what? We ain't winning shit. Not a fucking thing. What you gonna win with 13% of the population? Tell me. Think about. Let's look at it like this. The last election, it was I give it. It was like 50-50. Even though like Hillary had once won the popular vote slightly, it was like 60 million people that voted for Trump. 60 million people voted for Hillary. There's only 42 million black people total. Total. And all 100% of us aren't voting. So if we start our own political party, guess what we're going to win? Shit. Shit. Maybe a few white people might join our party. But we ain't winning nothing. Like, we got to have our own. The only way to win is to have our own. We should have our own nation. And then we have our political parties on our own nation. But trying to have them here isn't going to do shit for us. Trying to really have too much anything here isn't going to do shit for us. This Look, we keep trying to fight to have a seat at a table that was never meant for us. It was never meant for us. Period. So when we try, everything we try here has been failing because the game is rigged. But you can't lose if you don't play. We need to stop playing that game. We got to create our own game. We create our own game, then we can win because it's our game. We got to stop playing their game. Their game is designed for us to lose. That's why we've been losing. They'll create a winner here and there, a winner here and there, but the majority, we're losing. And we're not going to fix that by continuing to play the same game that keeps making us losers. Then we start to blame ourselves. The problem is black people don't do this. Black people don't stick together. Black people don't know how to act. Black people just, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how your internet works, but my internet showed me all type of people that don't know how to fucking act. I see white people that don't know how to act all the fucking time. I see Asian people don't know how to fucking act. You don't even know Asian people can misbehave till you saw them on the internet. Like everybody don't know how to act. Nobody knows how to act. Quit making it seem like it's a black people problem. Right. You can't you say you can't win if you don't play. Yeah, they're gonna tell you that. You can't lose if you don't play. Them all those games create significantly more losers than winners. How do you think they come up with with the jackpots to pay you from all the people who lost? It's not coming out the casino's pocket. It's not coming out the lottery's pocket. It's coming out of other people's pocket. You're winning because of all the people that lost. And they're still making money. That jackpot is a small percentage of what of all the losers that paid into it. And the stock market works the same way. The person who wins is only winning because all the people that lost. The money is coming from the losers. I say it again. The money is coming from the losers. They talk about Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes. So is the stock market. They won't tell you that, but that's what it is. That's what the lottery is. The many supporting the few. That's how everything works. Even companies. The many supporting the few. The whole government works. The many supporting the few. All the taxpayers paying the politicians. All the government officials. The many support the few. So you're either going to get over on the system or the system's going to get over on you. There's no other way around it. So if you're not getting over on the system is getting over on you. That's what's happening. It's not even up for debate. So you have to decide for yourself, are you tired of the system getting over on you? You got to do something different. All these situations they keep trying to get you to buy into, like all the people that buy into the game. Oh, I'm about to get my credit together so I can buy a house. It means you get your credit together so you can take out a loan on a house and pay like 3 times its value, at the least 2 times its value. Because I can't afford to buy a house outright. Know what else you can't afford to do? Overpay. I can't afford to buy a car. You can't afford to overpay for a car either. Guess what you're doing? If you can't afford to buy a car, you can't afford to overpay for one, right? And that's what happens. You try to build your credit up so you can overpay for shit. That's how they're making their money, getting you to overpay for shit. So they can make cash flow off the interest. That's how money works. So you don't want to be a borrower, you want to be a lender. The lenders are making the money from the borrowers. The people that want to buy shit they can't afford and end up paying more for it. Once again, the people who want to buy shit they can't afford end up paying more for it. Yeah, I ain't ready for this truth. I'm probably dropping too much on here. But all these systems are getting over on you. Like I said, taxpayers paying for politicians, government officials, government jobs, all being supported by the tax base. The many supporting the few. Companies, corporations, the many supporting the few. That's why the CEOs can have $1 million salaries while the people at the bottom getting paid minimum wage, the bare minimum. The many supporting the few. So we gonna fix this? Is that what we gonna do? Listen, we gotta have a different attitude about money. We gotta have a different attitude about money. We have to actually learn how money actually works. All these lies they feed us about investing, all these lies about fuck credit. I'll tell you this one more time. I tell people all the time when they tell me they fix their credit, I said, fuck your credit score. Fuck your credit score. All you're doing is utilizing it to get to put yourself to get more debt. More debt is not the problem, so you can get more shit. Your house that you bought is not an asset; it's a liability. It's costing you money because it's not an investment house like you not like you renting it out for cash flow. It's costing you money. It's a liability. Fuck your credit score. You want to make a difference? You want to learn how to plan within your means. Learn how to leverage the money that you already have instead of have to borrow money from other people. When you start a business, learn how to plan a business within your means. Don't make some huge elaborate plan that requires all these things that you don't have, so you got to borrow to do it. Fuck your credit score. I know this is different than what you've heard before. Fuck your credit score. I should do a whole nother show called Fuck Your Credit Score for real. So people can understand. Fuck your credit score. Tired of this shit and this fucking hustle that we got running on each other. Oh, I fix your credit, and they making all these bullshit ass lies. They had a nerve to have a post going around where people were picking between an 850 credit score, $2 million, and $4,000 a weekend. Some assholes, I'm sorry, not assholes. Some people was actually picking 850 credit score. Like they actually felt like having an 850 credit score was better than having $2 million, better than having 4,000 a week. They was convinced that having an 850 credit score is better than having $2 million. I need to find somebody and sell them an 850 credit score for $2 million. Like we gotta do better. And then there's people that's picking $4,000 a week because they thought it was safer. But if you do the math, $4,000 a week, it'll take you about 10 years to get $2 million. If you know what you're doing with the $2 million, you be done double that by the time 10 years come along. So the people that's getting $4,000 a week will always be $2 million behind the people that had $2 million. The reason why people picking $4,000 a week because they don't trust themselves with money. So you gotta learn how to trust yourself with money. You gotta learn how to trust yourself, really. Period. But no, the best choice in that situation is $2 million. Period. Not no 850 credit score. $2 million. Fuck an 850 credit score. In order for an 850 credit score to even be anywhere near useful, you still gotta have fucking income. You still gotta have income. And why have to borrow money when you don't have to? Why have to worry about paying somebody back when you don't have to? Fuck your credit score. Plan within your means. Period. You want to get a house, put money aside to get a house. Or invest in things that's going to bring in money to get you a house. I'm not against you investing in real estate or a business that create cash flow, but don't be buying. Listen, the game is rigged. You're gonna be told all kind of lies. They're gonna call it investing. They're gonna call it preparing for your future. Fuck your 401k. It's all stock based. Like if you can avoid having one, do it. All these funds that require stock market, fuck the stock market. Put your money in stuff that you can actually have control over how successful it is. You have absolutely no part in determining the success of any of these companies. They don't even play any part in determining how high their stocks go. They don't even play any part in that. Like, we gotta learn how to quit falling for the bullshit. They'll sell us anything. You think the people with money is sitting there worried about the stock market for real? I mean, there's some professional investors for sure, but they're not. They're not doing it the way that we're doing it. They have access to a whole totally different tools than what we have access to. You ever heard? You should read a book called Dark Pools. It'll tell you how the stock market really works. See, when you're investing, you know what you're investing against? Computers. Computers and algorithms that calculate stuff way faster. Matter of fact, when you do a buy order, these computers step in front and buy ahead of you. The game is rigged on a level beyond what you could ever fathom. Like I said, you want to learn how to invest? Read a book called Dark Pools, and then I'm gonna tell you, leave it alone. Learn how the stock market works before you start trying to invest in it. Forget what people have told you. Learn how it actually works. It's very important that we become way more financially literate, but not through the traditional way, because the traditional way is designed to take your money. So you gotta understand the rich people need poor people. I'm gonna say it again: the rich people need poor people. They need poor people to work and to take your money. The rich people need poor people because they need you to work. They need people that's going to be willing to do the jobs that nobody else wants to do. They need poor people to be willing to do those jobs that nobody else wants to fucking do. That's how it works. The rich people need poor people. I know. This is different. This is a different financial education that you're going to hear anywhere else, but it's the truth. No, most people have. Listen, most of the world do not want you to be rich. They don't. They want you to be poor so you can do their jobs that nobody else want to do, so they can get paid off of it. That's how it works. So, so how do you be smarter? How do you be smarter? All right, you know, first thing first. Um, if you want to start a business or you want to make money outside of a 9 to 5 job, it helps to become informed about that topic. Now, the issue about when you're trying to become informed about any area, right, is going to be a whole lot of people trying to sell you information on whatever it is. Whether you're trying to learn about real estate, um, other forms of investing, trying to learn how to create t-shirts. Everybody's trying to sell you something. There's also ways to learn about it without the financial investment. Of course, there's going to be a lot of false information, but you know, that's part of the learning process is learning, taking the time. So that's what stuff is costing you, your time. And what's funny thing about time is people are convinced that their time is valuable, but they still sell it for so little. But anyway, you want to take the time yourself, look at the resources, and learn how to do these things. And just not just one resource. You leverage multiple resources so you get different points of view, and then you can start to decide what you feel like will work for you. That's how you want to do it. What you don't want to do is allow yourself to be cheated by people trying to take these shortcuts. Shortcuts are very expensive, and very rarely are they worth it. But if you want to learn, that's what you do. Stop allowing people to rip you off. There's a lot of ways people will take your money. And I really, like I said, stock market, mutual funds, all this other bullshit, life insurance. You know what they do with life insurance, right? Life insurance, they just invest in the money. Same thing you could be doing with your own money, they're doing it. Same thing with car insurance for real. But, car insurance is required by law unless you meet a certain criteria. Like here in the state of Ohio, you got to be worth $100,000 and have 25 registered vehicles. Then you can be self-insured. Don't ask me how I know. This is how I know. One day I was renting a car and I got pulled over by the police, and I had to give them my license registration. And one of the things I discovered when I looked for the registration was they had a certificate of self-insurance. And I said, certificate of self-insurance? Well, shit, how the fuck you become self-insured? So I looked into it. And that's the requirements in the state of Ohio. In order to be self-insured, you gotta have 25 vehicles, registered, 25 registered vehicles, and be worth $100,000. Now, how do you get to having 25 vehicles, right? But I mean, if you start your own business, especially if you do something like a fleet or something like that, I mean, it's something that's possible. Not something that most people want to have 25 vehicles, right? But there are some feasible ways to go about it. But the whole point is, you know, information. Um, the more you learn your stuff, learn how to know your own stuff, the better your chances. And then people get discouraged because of the amount of the business success rate. But part of the reason why people don't succeed because they don't know shit. They just starting it, throw money at the situation. If I build it, they will come type stuff, and they have no understanding of what they're doing. And the issue is not, you know, the issue is not that they're starting a business. The issue is that they're starting a business that they don't know nothing about. Now, I understand that sometimes you gotta learn from experience. Some people learn hands on, that's fine. But put yourself in a position where you can afford to. Give yourself enough cushion. We can learn hands on. You give yourself some time to kind of learn the ropes. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're desperate unless you're just one of those people that just tend to flourish when they're desperate. That's not a high percentage of people. But we got to quit the black on black hate. All this, oh, we wouldn't know what to do with the money. Of course not. We don't have it. But after getting money enough times, you will learn how to do it, know what to do with it. You're not going to learn what to do with money not having it. That's not how it works. We want to ridicule people who had criminal records. Like I said, it's poverty. Poverty is leading to most of the criminal. Like nobody is like waking up rich. Like I want to commit some crimes today. It's mostly poor people. So we got to alleviate the poverty problem, not ridicule each other for being criminals. Stop trying to appease white people. Stop looking for their praise. Like, it irks my soul every time Candace Owens want to get on and talk about somebody who, listen, the families of the people who were slain deserve better. It's not. It's pretty fucked up that you feel like you should tear down and destroy the name and and slander the name of their dead loved one to come off as just to appease white people. It's pretty fucked up, really. Like, as if them dealing with the death of their loved one, especially in a situation where they pretty much killed right there on camera, them dealing with the death of their loved one is enough, and then you want the nerve to want to sit there and bad mouth. I mean, it's bad enough that white people are doing it, but you know, at this point, we've been spent how long here looking for white people to have a conscience, do the right thing. How's that went? You know, because not all white people are bad. Not all white people are racist. Not all bad white cops are bad. Um, yeah. The problem is the non-racist ones haven't done a very good job of bringing an end to things. They're not aggressive enough. You know, if so many white people were so good, why did slavery wouldn't have occurred in the first place, right? And sure enough, after it was abolished, we had to march 100 years later, to, hoping to get rights just to be treated like a decent human beings. Because that's what all the civil rights movement was really about, right? People just trying to get treated like decent human beings, and they couldn't even do that. We went marching just to be treated like decent human beings. That's it. And to us, that was a victory that they could finally treat us decent. That was a victory. Yay! We could get treated decently. Something that was always supposed to be, we were celebrating being treated decently. That's how low our standards were. That's how low we were reaching. Not give not them give us what they owe us. That's what we should have been going after. We just wanted equality. And so they still haven't even given us that yet. So, in my opinion, equality is off the table. We need to go after what they owe us. Yay! They treated us decently. We can be treated decently because they made amendments to the Constitution that already said stuff like all men, but somehow black people weren't included in all men. Go figure. So, in this country, we were never seen as human. We had to have special accommodations for us added to the Constitution in order for us to be to take part in that. They never saw us as human. They never saw us as people. It's crazy, right? They never saw us as people. As I mentioned before, the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of the highest court in the land, made a statement that said the black man has no rights that the white man is bound to respect. The highest court in the land. This was the decision that they rendered in the highest court of the land. The court that everyone tries to get to, or gets to when the highest court of the land ruled that the black man has no rights that the white man was bound to respect. That he had concluded, after reading all the documents, that if the founding fathers had thought that black people would be included or they were referencing black people, that they would be self-contradictory. So therefore, it just couldn't be possible. Like, it was the logical conclusion was black people were not intended to take part in the rights that were being written about in the Constitution. Oh, look, I have a troll asking me who am I talking to and am I high? That's great. Um, but yeah, that's what they said. And so, if we want to be, we got to quit trying to fight and for a spot at a table that we were never that was never even meant for us. We got to stop fighting to have a part of the table that was never meant for us, because we could just have our own table where we can make the rules instead of worry about being bound by theirs. Create a system that was built for us to succeed instead of a table that was built on our own backs, that was built to exploit us. We have our own table that's built for us to succeed. That's what we should be going for. We should be going for building a table that's for us, by us. Imagine an all black economy. Think about that. All black economy. Black banks, black government, black businesses, black professionals, black people making all the decisions, black images created by black people, showing us, our children, growing, seeing successful black people in every aspect, in all industries. That's what we should be going for, not hoping that they include us. We can include ourselves. We've been fighting to be included for so long. We shouldn't go after including ourselves. We can include ourselves. No, that's okay, white people. You ain't got to include us no more. We can include ourselves now. We got this. Y'all was given plenty of opportunities to include us, and y'all didn't want to. Y'all didn't like us being there. Y'all just like exploiting us, copying us, making money off us, but y'all didn't really appreciate us for real. So we gonna have to be in a situation where we can appreciate ourselves. We gotta learn how to appreciate ourselves. We still so worried about the images that white people. We got to tell people that Black Lives Matter. That's what's up for debate. Trying to tell people that Black Lives Matter. We got to convince white people that we matter. Really? This is a point of contention? Hilarious. No, we have to build our own economy. And until we do that, we're not gonna get where we want to be. It don't matter what party you appeal to, whether you come up with a contract of Black America, the Literary Voice plan, Platinum plan, all them plans. Fuck all them plans. Fuck those parties. Fuck those candidates. Fuck those politicians. Fuck those offices. We have to do for ourselves. And we should be going after having our own government, our own communities, our own states. A situation where we can be for us and by us, instead of worrying about us being excluded. Because, like I said, the system was never meant for us. It was just forced to allow us in to participate. And so that's that. Quit hating black people. We are black on black crime. There's no such thing. But we gotta stop hating on each other. We gotta stop getting in the way. Whenever there's something supposed to be meant for a black person, people is always somebody who wants to speak against it. Talk about how we don't deserve it. We do. Why do we have to always convince black people what we deserve? We got to convince other black people about what we deserve. Black people don't want black people to have shit. Why? Why? We should want it. But that's that. Anyway, I appreciate people that listen. If you feel what I'm saying, go ahead and reach out. Let us have more discussions. I think my next one is going to be fuck your credit. Peace.